we just finished our sound check, getting ready to record some shit. You're at Costco?
Well, I'm sitting in the car on my way to get to Costco. So, Mama and I are desperate to get our groceries in before the mob and the masses get in there.
Right, you gotta get your toilet paper.
Yeah, people are gonna freak out with this shit. People are gonna trip, right?
Yep.
So, here's the thing. I think they're gonna squash it. I don't think that part's gonna be an issue. What I think's gonna be an issue is they've set a fucking shit seed into the soil, and it's gonna grow a shit tree from that seed.
He called it a shit
People are gonna
seed.
look back to this. They're gonna look back to this, and they're gonna say, "Oh, the day when those great supporters charged the Congress building and got shot."
That is
representing ignorance and stupidity and all the other grab them in the pussy shit that Trump represents. And that's the I don't think there's any danger of Trump still being the president, in 30 days or whenever the handoff is. I don't think that's our concern. I think, though, that he's inciting people with such fervor that he's going to persist a movement of stupidity that'll go on for years and years and years and years. Like the Klan's going to worship his dick. And every other crazy asshole that's out there that, because like they're in 100% denial on reality on shit.
They are.
That recording. Huh?
Jamal said, yeah, they are.
That recording thing where Trump's like, yeah, we just recalculate and find 11,000 votes.
Unbelievable.
In recalculating and finding. Yeah, well, how about I find your mom's pussy off my dick? Like, I don't know. It's just, the whole thing, it's like they're operating outside of the bounds of reality. Now, I talked to a conservative friend of mine, and this is I didn't want to like totally fuck up your podcast or anything. Guy hangs with a lot of conservative people. And I said, and he has, and in the past, he's gone back and forth on the Trump thing. He acknowledges the stupidity and the racism, but he's also a business owner who wants his money.
See?
Right?
Yeah.
That's compelling.
Yep.
That's compelling. I want my money, right? Who doesn't want their money?
Agreed.
I mean, and everybody wants their money. Come on. But I talked to him, and I told him, I said, look, either Trump is strategically trying to set something up so that in the future he has like a movement moving forward, or, and this is where Guy lands on it, because Guy knows someone who did contract work for Trump, and Trump never paid him. The Trump organization,
big surprise. Big surprise.
On a bunch of shit. Yeah, like they found like little ways to get out of the contract. Like they would go in and like try to like make some shit up about, oh, this isn't right or that isn't right, we're not gonna pay you, and because they've had multiple dealings with the Trump organization, right? And so anyways, he said, this guy who has worked with him said that Trump has such a freaking ego that it really is the emperor's robes. Like, when you listen to that call, if you listen to the whole call, I didn't listen to the whole call. I listened to about 10 minutes of it.
Same here.
But if you listen to a good chunk of that call, Trump sounds convinced because Trump is convinced. He's such a dick, and he has created a real-life social media echo chamber around him and the people that filter his information. So, I mean, we already know social media, right? But it's like the Trump has fallen prey to the emperor's robes thing. Like, he believes that this shit was stolen from him. He doesn't understand truth. And because those were Republicans telling him, hey, that's not factual. You have bad data, Mr. President. Like,
yeah, that was weird because this whole time,
the machines got modified. Yeah.
Until that phone call leaked, I thought it was just a grift. I thought he was just doing propaganda, but he knew the truth, and he knew that he really lost.
Yeah, I thought he was just
But
bullshit.
after hearing that call, it's like, this dude really believes this. You know? If Trump wants to grab some pussy, he should just grab himself.
This guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I think that's the big thing is that he can't see because I mean first again his ego. We already know he was a selfish, self-absorbed, whatever.
Yep.
That's not that we knew that, but the fact that he is so much that he has created this bubble around himself where no one's gonna tell him that it's raining today because he doesn't want it to rain. What's that?
Has anybody been hurt or shot?
Yeah, somebody got shot or something or stabbed.
Yeah. So in D.C., they broke into Congress. The protesters made it into the Capitol building, and a woman, I think, was shot in the chest.
Whoa! What?
I don't know all the details, but Congress is on lockdown.
Man,
they're all holed up in their offices and shit.
This is nuts, dude.
well, we're seeing it on screen, and the good news is a lot of them don't have guns because them guys love to bring their guns everywhere.
Right.
So at least there's that. I mean, that's what I'm worried about. If they come packing and they go against,
Dude, this is nuts.
This is insane.
What the fuck?
So, I think, if we look back in American history, we have a long and proud history of brutally suppressing any protests and riots that get outside of our bounds of what we think is acceptable for I guess, whoever's in charge.
Facts. We've got video evidence of it. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's going to happen again. There's no question. The thugs will come out. They'll squash whatever happens. There's not going to be a revolution. Like I said, the shit seed is being buried deep.
Yeah.
And it's and the reason it's a shit seed is because it's based on ignorance and denial, right? The fact that they are unaware, and even when they're made aware, they're in denial of true actual data.
Well said.
The real danger here.
Very well said. And I don't. I mean, they've got just as much of a right to protest as everybody. So it's not like we can tell them to stop. They've got a grievance. Even though it might be misguided as far as we're concerned, they still have a right as Americans to protest. So I'm not, what can you say?
Dude, if we were all up on the steps like that,
We would have been shot.
for real.
There is a bit of a double standard.
Yeah. There would be no banging on doors and nobody doing nothing.
I thought they said white people didn't riot. The white people don't,
Right.
shit up. Like, what are they busting things up? I'm real curious how that plays out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Are they
Yep.
going to fucking break inside storefronts? Like, where does this go?
Yeah. And where are all the Blue Lives Matter people?
Right.
They sure did get mad at us when we were doing this. Us. You know what I mean. They got mad at the other guys when they were protesting. We're not Antifa or anything, but you know what I'm saying.
Right? Right? No, I'm 100% there. It doesn't look the same.
It does
when
not.
These guys are doing it versus when BLM is out there.
Yep.
Where's the rubber bullets? I want to see some rubber bullets.
Where's the tear gas?
Right?
Where's
For
the
real.
tear gas at?
So
Trump was able to clear that spot in front of the White House in seconds. So
Yep.
he could take a picture.
Yep.
Of the book he's never read.
Huh.
Like, come on. They for sure can scatter these guys out of the way. That's they don't have a problem with force, dude.
Well,
This is interesting.
the curfew is set for 6 p.m., so we'll see what happens at 6 o'clock.
this stuff's gonna dry up. Those guys are gonna go home.
I hope so, man.
I don't see this. I don't see this dragging out.
I really don't want to see anybody get hurt, you know?
I mean, that lady already got shot, but I really don't want to see
more than hurt.
our Capitol on fire.
I'm saying, for real. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any more people get hurt.
Fair enough.
Jeez.
Dude, crazy.
Insane in the membrane, as Cypress Hill might say.
Man. They're going to write about this in the future for sure, man. This is historic.
This is super historic. We're going to be asked later, where were you when the blah, 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 and the storming of the Congress?
We're all going to know her name. We're all going to know this chick's name.
Yep. Yeah, this is history, man. This is crazy that this is, I mean, and we all knew what was going to happen. We've all seen it. We've been talking about this for months. We just didn't know to what degree it would escalate to.
This is Trump's fault, man. He's inciting this shit.
There's no question. I mean, that's...
He should be tried. He should be tried for putting lives at risk with his reckless rhetoric, man. Like, that's the kind of shit. We have freedom of speech. I get it. But he's the president, and he's, like, making the impassioned call to arms like that, dude. Come on. That's not okay, dude.
He did. I mean,
that's not okay.
As recently as a couple of hours ago, he was egging these guys on. We need to stand up for America, or something like that. He tweeted out, you know. So he bears a lot of responsibility for this. And I've heard that sentiment from a bunch of people that texted me, just randomly hitting me up with that. So you're not the only one that feels that way.
Yeah, that's blood on his hands, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's absolutely blood on his hand. But,
I think that's irrefutable.
Yeah. I'm going to let you guys go, but I just wanted to chime in. Again, Twon, many apologies about this morning. I've been wanting to call you and talk to you about it. I should have called you before I sent any